Welcome to my first 1 hour stand-up special. Thank you so much for coming out. We're gonna have a good time, baby. We're gonna have a good time. Man, first of all, I love 2024. You know what I mean? Like, I love 2024 because in 2024, it's almost impossible to lose your black card. You know? You could be black at a Taylor Swift concert, swag surfing out of rhythm, you know? Just twerking with all back, you know? Y'all know that twerk. With a tattoo of the Gilmore Girls on each cheek. And there's an algorithm on TikTok just for your ass. It's beautiful. It wasn't like that when I grew up, you know what I mean? Like, I grew up in the 90s. I never thought I was black enough, you know? Because the 90s wasn't inclusive, it was abusive, you know? Especially because I grew up in the suburbs. Privileged, middle class. Which is tough because I wanted to be a gangster rapper, you know, to offset it, but I did not know how to keep it real on a cul-de-sac. Like, it didn't look right, 7 years old on a trampoline, like, man, fuck the police. What you mean the jacuzzi broke? More money, more problems. I had a gardener. You can't be a thug with a gardener. I was trying to speak Spanish to him like I was down, right? Problem was, I didn't speak Spanish. Bigger problem was, neither did he. I'm just on the trampoline like, Wu-Tang, senor. Just like, Wu-Tang, bro. It's tough to be a gangster rapper because my parents raised me on clean version DMX CDs. My whole adolescence, every time I tried to cuss someone out, they got confused. My mom would yell at me, boy, you better be upstairs cleaning your room. Man, I ain't cleaning my room. Suck my woo! I ain't cleaning up a mother. Come on, then! My mom got me tested for Tourette's. I'm like, I was sitting there just so pissed off in the doctor's office, man. Mom, you are being such a what? She said, excuse me, a what? I said, exactly, a what? She knocked me the out, okay? Don't call your black mama a what? Tourette's is my favorite syndrome, I'm not gonna lie. Because it's like an uncontrollable tic, right? That you shout out curse words. But I'm like, y'all got some control, you know? Because to this day, I've never seen a progressive white dude shout out the N-word with Tourette's. He's like, hey, Jamal, I was spring break. Shit, cock, motherfucker, pussy, man. Never mind. Woo. That was a close one. Hey. Never thought I was black enough, right? Then I went to high school. All the cool black kids wore big white tees, right? And so I wanted to be on there. And the bigger the white tee, the cooler you were. I wasn't playing around. First day of school, I came in a 7XL white tee. I said, what's happening? You couldn't see none of my limbs. Just looked like this giant white sheet. Plus I had a necklace with a cross on it. Basically, the more you dress like the Klan, the cooler you were, you know? You know how like kids today wear Supreme? We wore Supremacy. I don't like... Kanye would have loved our outfits, I'm just saying. Like... But it was tough. All the cool black kids wore white tees except for one kid. British kid, Alfie. I'm like, yo, Alfie, man, why don't you wear a white tee? He's like, no thanks, I like me jumper, isn't it? I like me jumper. I mean, all white after Labor Day, bit dodgy. But like, he didn't care, right? Like, he was free, and I didn't understand that at the time. So me and him, we had like a competitive battle, right? Because he was super athletic, I was athletic. So one time, we're in PE, we need to run the mile race for the final grade. And so it's just me and Alfie, right? So gun goes off, bam! Alfie takes off. I take off. Alfie's in the lead, right behind him, but I'm right behind him, I'm catching up. The thing is, I still want to look cool, so I had my giant clan sheet on. And I'm competitive, so I'm screaming things like, I'm gonna get you, boy! Look like a scene from an Oscar-nominated film, you know? Because it had themes of slavery, you know? And the lead was British, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's some black people that get upset that like all our American black historical figures are played by British actors. But it's like, they're good actors, so I can't be mad. But I do feel tricked sometimes. So I feel like from now on, if you're gonna play an American historical figure, you gotta use your real accent. Like, I wanna see that movie where Martin Luther King is just like, oh, I have a dream, innit? That one day, little black blokes, right? Little white birds, sit together at the table of brotherhood, yeah, you know what I mean? Just having a pint and a laugh, watching Manchester United, oi. I mean, because this whole segregation thing's a bit dodgy, isn't it? I mean, separate but equal, but like, I want to see that movie. So it gets towards the end of the race, right? Right in the finish line, Alfie goes first, I go second. I was pissed off. And so now, I'm trying to collect myself, I'm angry, and I'm shouting, I'm pissed off, shouting at Alfie. Now, what you need to know is, because we had such a large school, they broke us up in 2 campuses. There was North Campus, South Campus. Alfie was on the North Campus, I was on the South Campus. So I'm sitting there in my dirty Klan sheet, pissed off. And with vengeance, I was like, the South will rise again. Looked like I got hired by Jussie Smollett, you know what I mean? Like, it was a confusing sight. Never felt black enough. You know what stuff like, I also never felt black enough because growing up, my dad was a cop, right? So that was tough in the 90s too, right? Because it's like, I would be so confused having a dad as a cop, because every time he'd whoop me, I'd be like, is this because you're my dad or are you at work right now? Are you on the clock? Why'd you turn off your body cam? Where'd you get that? Having a dad as a cop was the closest thing to white guilt I've ever felt, you know? Because when I was a kid, I used to brag to my friends. I'm like, my dad's a cop. Now I go to my black friends like, I am so sorry for what his people did to your people. I'm sorry. It's tough having like a dad as a cop too, because like, sometimes like I had a couple friends in Inglewood I would hang out with, right? That's the hood. You could say it's the hood. And my dad worked night shift sometimes, so he would sleep during the day, go to work at night. Sometimes I'd miss him, you know what I mean? But you can't tell your friends in the hood that you miss the police, you know? I didn't even tell him he was the police. Like the one time I tried, it didn't go well. Sitting there sad, you know, I'm like, what's up, y'all? Man, I miss my dad. Another dude just interrupted me. I miss my dad too. That nigga in jail. Where's your dad at, huh? I mean, technically the nigga in jail, you know, like. I mean, every week he is in and out of jail, you know. He's like, damn, my pop's doing 8 years. I was like, my pop's doing 8-hour shift. Yeah, you know. He said, what's he in for? I said, you know, following the wrong crowd, you know. Like, he followed the wrong crowd, then pulled them over, you know what I mean? They started getting suspicious. She's like, hold on, so what, did he get arrested? I was like, an arrest was made. Like, then he got more aggressive, so he took a mug shot and everything. I'm like, I mean, he did take a mug shot. I mean, he loves being behind the camera. Like, what can I say? Then I was found out. He's like, hold on, so your pops was a cop this whole time? I said, I am so sorry for what his people did to your people, you know. He got in my face. He grabbed me close. He was like, my dad's a cop too. I said, wait, what? What? I thought he was doing 8 years. He was like, on the force. I'm like, he's not. Had my stress and adrenaline and pressure up. We both thought we was living boys in the hood. Turned out we was in Beverly Hills Cop. Like, you know. A lot of people ask me too, like, so my dad, like, he was a cop, but he was also cheap, you know what I mean? Like, when I was younger, he used to take me to Payless shoes and give me fake Jordans. And on the same day, buy himself real Jordans. You know how embarrassing that was, walking through the mall? His logo got the real Jordan thing on it. My logo is just a dude saving money. It was embarrassing. Then I remember when the Black Lives Matter movement happened, everyone talked about defund the police. Defund the police. And that's when I realized that the city of LA, LAPD, they get $1 billion in the city budget. $1 billion. And all through elementary, I was getting fake Jordans. The fuck? Yo, I was at the protest the loudest, you know what I mean? Everybody was like, defund. I was like, before we defund, I need a refund. Look at these damn shoes. Man, my black friends would roast the shit out of me for these fake Jordans. But not the white kids. God bless the white kids. They built me up. Every time they saw my fake Jordans, they were like, nice, financially responsible. Love to see it. Yeah, you built that Roth IRA, buddy. Yeah. Intelligent investor, I see you. Some people hear that my dad's a cop, and they ask me, oh, was he a cop? So what did he do? Is he one of those corrupt cops? I'm like, no, he can't be a corrupt cop. He's vegan, you know? You can't be a vegan corrupt cop. Can you imagine him trying to plant drugs on a suspect? Just be like, yeah, what you got on you? I know you got something on you. Pull out a Ziploc bag like, ha, 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 what do we have here? He's like, is that scrambled tofu? I mean, no, clearly this is crack cocaine. He's like, okay, well, that crack got a lot of turmeric seasoning on it, bro. Like, it wouldn't work. So my whole family vegan. Black and vegan, that's another reason why I was weird growing up, you know? Black and vegan? Like, no one knows, you know what I mean? No one knows. If I'm 29 or 76 years old, no one knows. Dude, black vegans are the closest thing to vampires we got. Like, we don't age. You can kill us both with a steak. Took you a minute. You with us now. It was tough being a vegan kid. Being vegan in the 90s, I was the only one in my friend group trying to gentrify McDonald's, you know? I was so entitled. I said, hello, sir. I'd like your finest burger, vegan, please. People are like, we don't have a vegan option. I'm like, oh, what? No vegan options? This is 1995. What are we doing? I mean, what's next? He's going to tell me you don't have any soy milkshakes? You don't? Let me speak to your manager. I was a Karen before white women, okay? Black vegan boys did it first. A lot of people would say weird things to me because I was vegan. Say crazy things, you know what I mean? Like, I remember I was playing sports. All the coaches used to tell my parents I was small and skinny. They used to be like, man, that boy's too skinny. You need to feed that boy some meat. He got some little arms. Feed him some meat. It's like, your body parts don't get bigger from eating meat alone, you know? Like, no one sees a woman with small boobs and goes, she's the vegan. Boo-boo, you want some double Ds? You need to hook up them double doubles, okay? I'm trying to tell you the formula, trust, okay? It was crazy. So, like, I remember I was eating one time, right? And this guy was eating hot wings. He was like, you want some hot wings? I'm like, oh, I don't eat meat. He goes like, man, I could never be vegetarian. You know, Hitler's a vegetarian. What? Was that your whole takeaway from World War II? Just Hitler nutritional facts? Like, just admit you're a carnivore, you can't help it. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? Like, you would never see a paraplegic in a wheelchair just be like, what you doing? Walking? You better be careful. You know, Hitler was a walker. No, I choose this, okay? I choose this, okay? So I'm gonna do me, you do Hitler. I don't even want to be on this block. It's insane what people say to me. Sometimes people ask me, why are you vegan, right? I say, oh, I just don't want to, like, kill and eat animals. Then they'll get defensive. I mean, well, plants have feelings too, huh? You kill plants, they have feelings too. It's like, did you just all lives matter my diet, bro? It's like, what next? You gonna see me eating pad thai? I'm like, stop Asian hate! I'm like, what the fuck? It's rice noodles, bro, chill. The thing is, like, I don't care who eats what, you know what I mean? Eat what you want to eat, you know? Because everyone hates an obnoxious health freak. Like, you don't know that I got hippie vegans, raw hippie vegans, that judge me the way some vegans judge people that eat meat. Because, you know, sometimes I eat processed mock meats, you know? So I'll just be sitting there eating and they're like, wow, I can't believe you're eating an impossible hot dog right now. Do you even know what that's made out of? That's made from like all the worst parts of produce, you know? There's a stem of a pumpkin in there, okay? Yeah, banana asshole, that's in there. Yeah, you know the brown part at the bottom of the peel? Banana asshole, yeah. And they bind it together with the foreskin of a zucchini. But I mean, hey, you want to die of a heart attack at 98? Be my guest. He just levitates away with his white people dreadlocks. I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of Venice Beach, damn. No one likes a health freak, man. Sometimes people get too excited when they hear I'm vegan, right? They're like, oh my God, you're vegan. Oh, I'm vegan too. I mean, I just eat chicken and fish, you know. Sometimes I eat bacon, you know. Oh, on my cheat days, I eat people. But yeah, I'm vegan. Sometimes growing up, my friends would hear that I've never eaten meat, and they would like treat it like a challenge. They'd be like, you've never eaten meat? Okay. What if you was on a deserted island? It's always a deserted island. Then they give me this like, would you rather twisted ultimatum. Like, all right, cool. So you on a deserted island, right? You either gotta eat bacon or blow a white dude. What you gonna do? It's okay. Why would you even think of that option? You know what I mean? Like, that's disgusting. I would never eat bacon. Ugh. I said, bacon is too big of a jump for a vegan. Give me a lesser meat, you know what I mean? Like chicken or something. You know, there's levels to this. All right. You either got chicken or blow a white dude. But the white dude cooked the chicken. I said, God damn. So they both unseasoned? I'm fucked. Love being vegan. Sometimes people don't know I've never eaten meat since birth, though, right? They think it's recent. So if they see me at a restaurant and they hear I order something vegan, they're like, oh my God, when did you transition? I said, wait, what? And before I can answer, a trans woman popped out like my attorney. She said, objection, speculation. You don't have to answer that. That is your business, okay? My client has no further comments. My vegan ass is like, oh no, it's okay. I think they were confused. See, I was born this way. Me too, honey. Okay. Talk your shit. But I love the CCV. Vegan and trans people, we gotta stick together, right? Because we fighting for the same rights. Like whether you're vegan or trans, that transition is hella expensive, you know? Tens of thousands of dollars for reassigning my diet? What? Whether you're vegan or trans, at some point we both gotta cut off meat. We're okay, we're having fun. I'm gonna take you through this, Whether you're vegan or trans, anytime we travel to the South, there's no accommodations for us. Can't tell you how many times, right? My grandparents, right? They survived the Jim Crow of the South. So they went from hearing, we can't serve you, to now, how may I help you in one generation? Now it's 2024. Anytime my black ass goes to a restaurant in South Carolina and go, by the way, I'm vegan, we can't serve you. The hell, I'm about to do a sit-in then. How about that, huh? Till you integrate some tofu in this restaurant. I turned into a vegan Martin Luther King. I said, I have a dream that one day little boys eating chicken will sit together with little girls eating chicken spelled differently with an apostrophe. I have a dream. A lot of people think being vegan is good for the environment, too. Make some noise if you think being vegan is good for the environment. Okay. You think taking a shit 8 times a day is good for the environment? Like all the water I save from not supporting factory farms, I flush it right back down the toilet. Like I might have a tiny carbon footprint, but I got a giant carbon asshole, you know? And Los Angeles has the most vegans than anywhere in the world, right? Yeah, that's right. Which makes sense, right? It makes sense. It's like, no wonder why California always in a drought. All the vegans on Squatty Potty shitting us deeper into climate change. I drive an electric vehicle too, it's fine. Carbon credits. So like growing up, being black, in the suburbs, having a dad as a cop, being vegan, like I never felt like I fit in, you know what I mean? And as a kid, like all you want to do is fit in. Like I just wanted to be a stereotype so bad, you know? Just for peace of mind. Then I got 6'5", and when you're 6'5" and black, you have no problem people shouting stereotypes at you. All day, I got strangers coming up to me, basketball! You play basketball? Yeah, you look like you play ball. Like, can I finish taking a piss, bro? Like, damn. Feels like I get catcalled with a career, you know? That's only socially acceptable to do to tall black guys, you know what I mean? And that's messed up. Like, we should be able to do that to everybody, you know? Like, take a look at your physical features and judge what we think you're good at. Like, if I see a dude with a Bass Pro Shop hat, I should be like, insurrection! You at the insurrection? Yeah, you look like you're at the insurrection. Yeah. Yeah, you nice with it, yeah. I saw the mixtape, you nice. You was climbing them walls. It don't just happen here, like it don't just happen in America. Like I was in India, in New Delhi, right? Walked past a group of young Indian men, they huddled like it was Family Feud. They said, then one popped out, NBA! Haji, chalo, NBA! Hanji, Lakers on, huh? Lakers! Then they said a phrase in English I've never heard before, you know? Like instead of saying I was tall, he's like, Baji, your height is very nice. Like, you better stop. That's why I love ESL, right? Because it's so creative. They just attributed personality to my physical features, you know? So he came like, Acha, look at you, your height is very nice. Look at me, my height is so selfish. My height is so selfish. Can you imagine them seeing like a black woman with a long weave dancing, you know, just chilling, doing her thing? He's like, oh my goodness, look at you, you're like Beyonce. Your head is very dishonest. Very dishonest, good job. Easy. Do a few more accents this night, easy. Even when I went to Tokyo, Japan, same thing, right? But they were very polite. They didn't shout out basketball, they just made a noise. Like every time I walked somewhere, someone went, ooh. Every step I took, ooh. Felt like everyone had the most polite orgasm every time I went, ooh. Sorry. But that's why I love Japan. Like, Japan was one of the only places where I trust the police with my life. I know the cops aren't racist, right? Because in Japan, if they say I fit the description, I fit the description. I'm going to jail. It's crazy. So like being tall and black, right? Yeah, playing basketball, all these things, you know, it was pressure, but I loved it. You know what I mean? Because see, when you say someone like, oh, you play basketball, that's a microaggression, but they was right. I was like, damn. Ain't nothing worse than get a microaggression when it's accurate. You're like, you know what? Damn, you good. You good. You know, because I was a hooper. But like, it's still tough to me to connect with short people problems. You know what I mean? Like, make some noise if you under 6 feet. Make some noise. I am so sorry for what my people have done to your people. You know, I want to be an ally. But tall people never had to march for anything, you know? Mainly because it wouldn't be effective. You know, our legs are too long. As soon as we start, we be like, we shall overcome. Nigga, we are here. Man, they still in Selma, damn. Rosa Parks in the back, hypocrite. Crazy. Being tall does have a lot of advantages, though. Like, I'm so tall, I'm almost white. You know what I mean? Like, I have height privilege. And it's weird, though, because, like, height privilege is a real thing. Like, Malcolm Gladwell has a book called Blink, and he cited a study there. You are more likely to become a CEO if you're tall. Isn't that crazy? Like, you're more likely to be a CEO if you're tall. You know what that means? It means Jeff Bezos is a diversity hire. Yeah. So is Zuckerberg. I mean, they're both 5'7" billionaires. I know affirmative action when I see it. Do you know how many qualified tall people could have been in their position? It's so tough being a straight tall man these days, I'll tell you. It's tough. I love being tall. Sometimes being tall like gets me out of black people problems, right? Like this one time, I'm driving, and the police pull us over. But let me tell you something. My dad actually told me something when I was younger, right? When he was still a cop. Before I went to college, before all this. He had to give that talk. Even though he was a cop, he had to give the racial profiling talk. He's like, all right, listen, son. You're going to get pulled over when you start driving just because you're young and black. And if that happens, just tell him your dad's a cop, tell him what department I work for, you'll be good. I'm like, wait, that was the talk? I didn't even know what to say, you know what I mean? Because I was taking a shit. I was like, Dad, why are you in here? He's like, I'm just trying to save your life, bro. Damn, you need to eat healthy and hydrate. Damn, boy. But that was black history for me, right? My dad telling me that. Because to this day, I was the first black person got pulled over by the cops and got to yell, do you know who my father is? To the cops. Do you know how sweet it was because he was part of that blue wall of silence? I enjoyed that white shout of entitlement. That's equality, you know what I mean? Voting rights, housing rights, the right to flex your family tree on a damn authority, you know? This one time I took the car going out, past curfew, right? Being bad, but I get pulled over. And I start getting excited. This is my first time I'm about to use it, right? I feel like I'm about to audition on Broadway. I'm doing vocal warm-ups. La, 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 la. I'm doing line readings. My father's a cop. My father's a cop. Do you know who my father is? Okay. Cop knocks on the door. I roll it down. Before he can even speak, I was like, do you know who my father is? Perfect pitch. Then I just hear this pop on the back of my head. And like Darth Vader, I just heard, I am your father. I was like, oh, That damn night shift, he got me. So now I'm in college, right? I'm playing ball, New Mexico State University. I'm out of state. And in New Mexico, they don't know who my father is. So my attitude switched up real quick when I get pulled over, you know? And for some reason, I turn into like a super positive mega church preacher when I get pulled over, you know? Like as soon as the cop comes, he's like, you know what, I pulled you over? I'm like, sir, no, sir, but God works in mysterious ways, amen. Amen, brother. I was with my teammate. He was like, now my teammate and he's going to repeat after me. This is my license and registration. I have what it says I have. I am who it says I am. Praise the Lord. Amen. Run it. Run it. Now, my friend does not react like I do with the cops, because as soon as he heard, you know why I pulled you over, he started yelling, oh, hell no, man, this racist, man, you racist. Then calls the white cop the N-word like 8 times. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be in every spoken word poem this year. Can you chill? So the cop reads my ID. He's like, Londale Theus Jr., 6'5". You play basketball? I was like, yeah, I play basketball at New Mexico State University. I was like, how the team looking this year? Y'all looking good? I was like, yeah, we looking real good. He was like, oh man, that's great, man. You know, some of the guys on the force, we play basketball on the weekends. You should come play with us. I was like, yeah, that's not a good idea. He was like, no, we're a great group of guys, right? Like, if someone's about to take a bad shot, you're wide open, just put your hands up and say, don't shoot, we'll pass. I'm like, oh, I don't like how you phrase that. But I'm trying to keep it going, right? I'm like, all right, so fine, like, listen, officer, I can put your name in the comp list. You can get a free ticket to the games, and you can just come to the games. He was like, all right. And then he just let us go. And to this day, that's the first time I got pulled over by a cop and gave him a ticket. The privilege is real. Privilege is real. Thank you. Oh, we got some more. So it was crazy though, because like it's tough living up to the hype, right? Because I come from an NBA family. Like my uncle Reggie Theus, right? 2-time NBA All-Star. My dad also went to the NBA, got drafted by the Clippers, but he got cut because he tore his ACL. And this is crazy about me and my dad. We have the same name, we both play basketball, and we both got cut from the Clippers. Isn't that crazy? I got cut from the Clippers when my barber was high, but you know what I mean? Like, God damn, dog. My bad, dog. You good. But I had high points in my career. Like I went to the NCAA tournament my freshman year, right? Went to the big dance, played Texas when Kevin Durant was there, you know? But little did I know the very next season would be my last college game because I, like my pops, tore my ACL. My pops got the same name and the same knees. I said, damn. So when y'all get excited coming up about March Madness, like, oh my God, you ready for March Madness? It's March Sadness for me. But it's all good. It's crazy though, because like sometimes, you know, I had to get ACL surgery. When you tear your ACL, people still say weird things to me. Like, man, you tore your ACL? Damn, that sucks. You think it's because you're vegan? I said, what the hell? Like, can you imagine them using that logic in Hollywood? You know what I mean? They're like, damn, you got assaulted by Harvey Weinstein? I am so sorry. Were you eating chicken with an apostrophe? I mean, what? You know what I mean? I mean, Hitler was a vegetarian, you know? What? So I had to get ACL surgery, which it was actually dope, right? Like, because I'm vegan, I don't even have a real knee. I got a Beyond knee, you know? It's dope. Because I don't know if you know this, they'll give you options. They'll be like, okay, we can replace your ACL with the cadaver of a pig. And my vegan ass is like, a pig? You better make my ACL out of black beans, okay? Got just as much protein, prove me wrong. What I look like up top having human ribs, down here got a McRib, you know? Like, I don't want my knee to be healthy for a limited time only. I turned into the Nation of Islam. I'm like, knees made out of swine will not be mine. No, it shall not. It's crazy. Tore my ACL. Can't play basketball, right? So now I'm 6'5". I'm black, tall for no reason. So now I change colleges, right? I go to the theater department, right? Just to like find something new, to be an artist. What is it like going on a new journey? Now, college basketball, college theater, very different places, you know. Like in college ball, if you were sad, your coach would be like, suck it up and stop being a bitch. And you'd agree with him. You're like, yeah, I am being a bitch. Thanks, coach. College theater, your teacher was like, you seem sad. Use it. Use it. In college theater, if you don't cry, you're being a bitch. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, 2000s college sports, it was a little homophobic. You know what I mean? So I do college theater. I'm still hanging out with some basketball players. I see this guy I'm doing a play with across campus. Real cool dude, right? But I'm hanging out with some ballers. So I said, like, hey, yo, Raheem, what's up, man? He looks at me and goes, hey, I see you at rehearsal. You ever seen someone walk and their head don't move? Just... This man was talented. And then, of course, some of the basketball players were like, pause. Started roasting, and I had to shut it down, right? Because it's like, how am I going to be homophobic in the theater department? That makes no sense. It's like being a white supremacist in the NBA. You know what I mean? It's like, pass me the ball, nigger. Come on. I'm open. You people never pass. I mean, you puff pass, you're experts at that. Make no sense. So I'm done with theater, living my life. But I still didn't feel like enough in some way, you know what I mean? But being in LA is cool because you get to experience all different types of identities. People are really proud of who they are, right? I remember I went to Fairfax to see my cousin play basketball. And it's a crowded gym. I'm sitting between two black people. And then they realize they know each other. So they start catching up and start doing this right in front of me. But they were deaf, right? So they're signing aggressively just like right in between me, you know what I mean? Just like... Other one, other one, just doing all that, right? And I'm like, damn. Even when black people can't speak, we still loud as hell. Yeah. But we even put swag in sign language, you know? So I'm starting like exploring my black identity. I'm growing my afro out, growing it real big, real proud. But then I was a target, you know? It's a target for drunk white dudes, you know? There's something about this afro, a drunk white dude just want to get in it, you know what I mean? I was talking at a show one time to a friend. I didn't even know there was a drunk white dude behind me. I just feel full penetration in my afro. I just feel these frat boy fingers enter my, you know? And I was like, damn, now my hair gonna smell like shea moisture and date rape. Damn. But before I could even turn around, another comedian, a white woman, grabbed his arm, pinned it behind his back, and was like, that is inappropriate. We do not do that. Hey, y'all. If you've ever seen a Karen use her powers for good, it made me want to cry, you know? So she had his arm behind his back. That is inappropriate. We do not do that. He's drunk. He's like, why, baby, why? He was like, because it's his hair. I mean, you wouldn't touch his pubes. I'm like, oh, it's taking a turn. My pubes? I am a black king. Like, how dare you compare my crown to my downtown? I don't play that. LGBTQ community in LA is vibrant, it's popping. Pride is lit, make some noise if you love Pride. I love pride. I also think there can still be more diversity in that community, you know what I mean? Like, how come I've never seen a gay conspiracy theorist? Like, all conspiracy theorists are like those toxic straight dudes that like storm the Capitol or like have a Facebook manifesto. I do feel like there's one conspiracy theory, gay conspiracy theory, but it's all the same. It all starts off like, hey, you hear about Idris Elba? You're like, no, what? Gay? I was like, oh, for real? Oh, love the cock, gay. Like, but isn't he married? Honey, that makes him more gay. It's like a straight conspiracy theory is like, Joe Biden's a lizard. That's a straight one. A gay one is like, Joe Biden's a bottom. Do your research. I love LA, it's so eclectic. Like, LA is the only place I met a non-binary person with a fake butt. It was both progressive and superficial. I was confused, right? So I asked them, I was like, why do you feel the need to get a fake butt? They were like, I didn't identify with the ass I was assigned at birth. I said, that's the wokest fake ass I've ever seen. You know? Then the Indian dude came by and said, that booty is very dishonest. Very dishonest. Good job. Good job. And I remember even in LA, 2020 was a wild year, right? It's like one day I went to sleep, I was black. The next day I woke up, I was BIPOC. I said, what happened? We had BIPOC, pronouns, land acknowledgements. Yo, those Zoom introductions got longer and longer. I remember this one time I was on a Zoom introduction. She came on, she was like, listen, I'm a disabled, trans femme, Palestinian, Muslim, visual artist living in what is colonially referred to as San Francisco. I said, that's the most gangster sentence I've ever heard. I said, damn, her 23andMe is 100% oppressed. I said, damn. I thought she was about to finish it with, and my pronouns are fuck you, pay me. Ah! Her pronouns are verbs. Crazy. I feel like the older generation was having trouble with the pronouns, you know? And they were always using the same argument. It was always grammar-based. It's like, they is plural. You have to use they for several people. You can't use they for an individual. I was like, I've been using they for an individual for years, like way before all this, you know? Anytime I walked outside, I saw one police officer, I was like, ooh, they out here today. I was progressive. Anytime my dad came home early, I was like, ooh, they in here today. Let me do my homework. But you gotta like know who you are and be comfortable with who you are. You can't just follow any trend, right? Like I can't follow TikTok challenges, you know? Like I saw this one TikTok challenge where people with a tortilla, it was a tortilla slap challenge. Slapping family members with a tortilla. I saw one person slap their grandma with a tortilla. Now, I'm not gonna tell you what ethnicity they were, but I think you know they weren't black. I could never smack my grandma with a tortilla. Mainly because it wouldn't be effective. Like, our people been through hundreds of years of oppression. If I ever smack my grandma with a tortilla, she'd be like, that's all you got, motherfucker? Come on! Jonathan Majors kept saying he needed Coretta. Man, Coretta would have whooped his ass. The ancestors been through too much. I'm very proud of like my family, you know what I mean, and like my lineage, you know, like, so my grandma, she's a scientist, right? And then her father was a doctor. And then his father, before that, was enslaved. And I'm like, damn, they went from slavery to a doctor in one generation. And both my parents graduated college, got their degrees. And the only degree I have is this UCB improv program. That's it. I'm the the Benjamin Button of racial progress in my family. It's going backwards, you know? If I'm doing improv, I'm about to give birth to a sharecropper, you know? About to be playing zip-zap props. You know what's messed up? As good as improv as I am, as much improv training as I have, my great-great-grandfather's still probably better at improv than me. Because during slavery, you can only yes and. That one hit different a little bit. It hit different. In the chest. But it's crazy because, like, part of why I was always, like, struggling and not feeling black enough is, like, I feel like here, they tell you your story and your history starts, like, halfway through the story, right? They always tell us, like, your history starts at slavery. Meanwhile, there's thousands of pages ripped out of that book before that. And we don't know. We don't know how to make, sense of that. They call us African American, but never teach us about the African, right? So that's why one time I went to Africa, went to Tanzania, and I started really kind of finding out who I was, figuring out what those Mrs. Pages were. And it was beautiful because I flew Kenya Airways, right? First time being on an all-African flight. All-African pilot, African flight attendants. What you don't know is, like, no matter where you're from, what country, all pilots sound the same. You know what I mean? Pilot got up, yeah, welcome to Kenya Airways. We're going to have a long flight. I'm like, what the hell? And they do every announcement bilingual, Swahili and English, right? So we get on. So, okay. She's like, and now in Swahili. I was like, that was English? You cannot understand a pilot. It was crazy because, like, being vegan in Tanzania, their definition of meat was different. So, like, every time I would, like, order something, I'd make sure I'm like, oh, by the way, there's no meat. It's like, yes, no meat. Just chicken, here. Just chicken, eh? You said you wanted vegetables, here you are. I'm like, damn, chicken is a vegetable here? Can you imagine them coming here to KFC, seeing someone eating a bucket of chicken? They're like, hey, I do not mean to bother you, but how is your salad? Is it tasty? Definition of meat was different. I went to see the oldest tribe in Tanzania, the Berbeg tribe. And our guide was like, what you're about to see is an ancient dance ritual where they jump up and down. And the men who jump the highest, attract the most women. I said, this is a tribe where black men who jump high attract most women? Y'all just like the NBA. I still had some hoop dreams. I'm like, let me try to spit some game. Okay. It was a beautiful trip. We went on safari, too. Safari was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, when I went on safari, I saw a giraffe and I got hard a little bit. Just a little bit. Man, them giraffes was sexy. You ever see how they walk? I saw one walking through the tall trees like it was a lap dance, just... You looking at me, Daddy? You better stop playing with your boy. Even the way they drink water is sexy. They're like, oh my goodness, I am so thirsty. You still looking, Daddy? One part we went to the baboons, where all the baboons were. And we stopped and he said, take a look at that baboon, right? And the baboon was sitting on a rock, and he looked at us and he went, just started beating off right in front of us. We had a British girl on the trip, she freaked out. That monkey's spiking his monkey, literally. She got the driver, she's like, driver, that monkey's beating his meat. He said, oh, it is not meat, it is just chicken. He is just trying to make a salad, huh? Hakuna Matata. The giraffe was like, Hakuna Matata my ass, that is nasty, okay? Rafiki was looking at me drinking water like he's nasty. I love Tanzania though, I love going to Africa because like, I always felt like it was a story I was never told, never seen. They never show us the real Africa when I was growing up in America, right? Like the media would always say all these awful things, like, would say like, oh, aren't you scared of like AIDS? Aren't you scared of starvation or child soldiers? I'm like, child soldiers, for real? In 2021, according to CNN, America has had 237 school shootings. America got child soldiers. You know what I mean? Like that's what our kids gotta go through. So I went to Africa, it was like, Africa was kind of like Brooklyn, you know? It's like when you heard Biggie rap about how dangerous Brooklyn is, like, yo, it's crazy, we kill people out here, we selling the drugs. You're like, damn, Brooklyn's dangerous. Then you go there and realize it's been gentrified. That's how Africa was. I got there off the plane, I was like, is this nigga drinking a kombucha? Okay. I was part of a volunteer group. I'm not gonna lie, when you're in a volunteer group, you do feel like a white savior, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gonna help these people, you know? But the people thought I needed help because with my dietary restrictions, they're like, oh my goodness, you cannot eat meat? Oh no, everybody, we must help this man, eh? For just 30 cents a day. We can feed a vegan in America. But there's one time I'm a volunteer group, right? And we're at this like, they need my help, right? And the refugee camp, but they had like Wi-Fi and a Starbucks, like they were good, you know? But then this woman came up to me, she's like, oh my God, I cannot find my son, help me find my son. And I was like, height privilege, activate. I'm taller than everyone, I can spot him out quick, right? And then I'm like trying to look for him, I'm getting all the media narratives in my head. What if he's been kidnapped by rebels, right? What if he's mining iPhone batteries? What if? I finally found him. He was just in a corner writing a screenplay. Just. But that's the Africa they never show us, you know what I mean? It's like, I want to see that in movies. Like, I want to see that movie, Beasts of No Nation, where Idris Elba was like, hey, we are rebels, huh? We go to their village, we kill whoever's there, and we take what is ours. Exterior, jungle. The general gives an impassioned speech. Like, hey, what are you doing, eh? What are you doing? Trying to get into Sundance? What does it look like? Oh my God. The gay general gives an impassioned speech. No, I am married. That makes the general sound more gay. I love being part of going to Africa. And then I felt like being there, I understood that British kid all those years ago. I like my jumper, ain't it? You know what I mean? Because like, he didn't care about losing his black card. Because his black card was whatever it wanted to be, you know? And I finally started like understanding that and feel that, you know? I started having that new level of self-love. And then when I had that self-love, that's when I was able to find true love, you know? Yeah, that's sweet. You can I know, I'm getting all mushy up here. But then I was ready for marriage, you know what I mean? Met my wife. The thing is, when you get married, like people like to assume the type of person you're married to, right? Like if you see an Indian person, people assume they're married to another Indian person, right? And because I'm black, people assume I'm married to another white woman. I'm like, I'm married to a black queen. Yeah. I'm married to a white woman's alibi. You know? You know the alibi I'm talking about. When they get accused of being racist, like, I'm not racist, I have a black friend. Like, I'm married to the black friend. Now, I don't want you to hear that and think like I have a problem with white people, because trust me, I don't. I have a white friend. We're good. It's crazy though, because like, you get married, we got married in 2020, right? We were engaged for 2 years, got married in 2020. That's when we finally walked down the aisle. I mean, we got married on Zoom, so we just kind of stepped in the frame. It's tough to impress your friends with a pandemic wedding, you know? You gotta show off your wedding ring on a webcam, and their friends are like, can't really see the diamonds. It must be my Wi-Fi. I'll be like, yeah, the Wi-Fi. They ask more questions. Well, what cut is a diamond? Is it 10 karat? Is it 12 karat? I'm like, actually, it's one stimulus check. You know, there's a real study that says the more money that you spend on a wedding, the more likely you are to get divorced. I was like, damn, we about to be married forever. You and me, baby, let's do this. I remember like right after we got married, my wife gained 15 pounds, right? But she gained weight in all my favorite places. Just like bam, bam, hallelujah. But then she came to me talking about, you know, I need to lose some weight, babe, and I want you to train me. I was like, that's a conflict of interest. Like, I can try, but I'm gonna be a corrupt personal trainer. I'm like, all right, babe, just start off with like 15 reps of eating this damn cake. She's getting said, no, babe, for real, I need to slim down. That's when I turn into a black preacher. I'm like, don't you disrespect God's glory by doing cardio. Now I'm gonna give you a word now. Why you trying to get back in shape? Listen to me. When the Lord bless you with shape in the back, hallelujah. I don't run to lose weight. What does the Bible say? Be still and know that I am thick. That's right. Can I get an amen? Amen. Can I get a hallelujah? Hallelujah. Can I get a milkshake? Because that's all she's drinking from now on. That's right. She also has she has the most intense bedtime skincare regimen I've ever seen, you know. Like every time I go to the bathroom, it's just oils, butters, textures, serums. Who goes to bed with serums, you know? Every time I go to the bathroom, it look like a farmer's market, just all type of butters and oils. She's like, hey, before I go to bed, I need to put the shea butter, then the coconut butter, then the coconut oil. I'm like, every time I try to get nasty, put my tongue on her, I mess around and get high cholesterol. I'm scared going to the doctor. They're like, looks like you got sexually transmitted diabetes. I don't know how you got that. But self-care is important, you know what I mean? After we got married, we got like a couples massage. And it's important, especially like during racially tense times, right? So we got a couple massage. And it was tense because we got a massage from a white woman, right? And it was the worst. It's just, if you black, never get a massage from a well-meaning white woman, because it will be the most gentle, apologetic massage you've ever had. Like, I wanted deep tissue, you know what I mean? But the whole time, her guilt, she's like, I'm sorry, is that okay? Is that too much? I don't want to hurt you. Black Lives Matter. I said, what? At one point, she stopped touching me altogether, just went, I said, God. I've never been more disappointed getting blown in a massage in my life. It was an unhappy ending. So I finally, I had a knot in the back of my neck, and I was not playing. So I was like, listen, Susan, I know you probably went to the George Floyd protest, right? Like, I know you're an ally. And this is going to sound messed up, but I need you to put your knee in the back of my neck. This is the only time it's cool, okay? But I got a knot, and I need you to use necessary force. Like, she freaked out. She said, I can't do it. Oh my God, I can't. I said, I believe in you, Susan. She said, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Boom. She did it, and it felt so good. But I still wanted to mess with her, you know? So like after a couple minutes, I was like, I can't breathe. She's like, oh my God. She passed out. So a lot of people don't know, I was, before I got married, I was celibate for 8 years before I got married, right? And you know how, like, when you take one sense away, every time I say that, a black dude will go, damn. like I offended them. You know how they say when they take away one sense, like your other senses get stronger? Like during that time, my dry hump was legendary. Oh, I had a legendary dry hump. And before women would know I was celibate, they'd be like, oh my goodness, he's so tall? I bet you can blow my back out. Like, I can blow your back pockets out. Those your good jeans? Yeah. They're about to be your goodwill jeans. Okay? So before my wife and I met, I was dating in LA while being celibate and sober. let me give you some advice. If you at a bar flirting with a woman, and just out of nowhere you go like, by the way, I'm harmless. I don't drink or have sex. I'm just a nice guy. She'll think you're a rapist, you know? Because that's suspicious behavior to say the least, right? To be in a spot where everyone's getting drunk, trying to hook up, and you're just like, nah, I don't do either. I just want to watch. It's creepy. But I didn't know I was coming off creepy with my innocent intentions. Every time I buy the drink, I'm like, hey, what you drinking? You want some Patron? Bartender, 2 shots of Patron. She's like, what you drinking? Water? I want to stay hydrated and alert. Enjoy your shots. Creepy. You know what's worse? What's worse is I used to dance all the time, right? Dance for hours and hours. And I would lose so much sweat and electrolytes, no matter how much I drank water, I would cramp up on the dance floor. So this one time I'm dancing, right? Shorty putting it on me. She said, pop. She was pop locking, throwing it back, you know what I mean? Then I feel a cramp on my leg. I'm like, But after all them red flags, she was like, he came in his jeans, you know what I mean? She was pissed off, right? She was Jamaican too. She was like, how dare you skeet in your trousers? Probably because you're vegan. I said, damn. I was pissed too. I was like, man, I need an IV. I'm about to lose consciousness. And you thought I came in my jeans? How dare you? I mean, I did come in my jeans, but that was 2 songs ago. She had no right. So every morning I would wake up with a sober hangover and a celibate boner. I don't recommend it. So to fix this, I got this electrolyte powder that I would put in my drinks, right? And every time I drank that, I never got cramps again, never got dehydrated. So I swore by this. So now every time I went to the club, I would fill my trunk with empty jars of water and unmarked Ziploc bags of this powder. I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. I would sneak some of the powder in the club because I don't want to cramp up while I'm dancing. So meanwhile, as she's drinking the shots I bought her, I look like a maniac stirring this mystery powder in my drink. Yeah. She's like, oh my God, is that, what is that? I'm like, oh, drink this if you want to feel fucking amazing. Yeah. She freaked out. Oh my God, oh, you're trying to roofie me. I'm like, with electrolytes. Like, I'm not trying to make you pass out, I'm trying to make you an athlete. And even after all that time, even after all those red flags, some women would still let me take them home. Because I'm 6'5". If you want to know what it's like dating tall, a woman could be 98% sure. She's like, girl, no, he is the predator. But he also could be a Laker. No, girl, no. It's given. His first concert was R. Kelly. No. But I believe I can fly. You know how I knew my wife was the one? First night we hung out, we went to that same spot I went to. We started dancing. I'm giving her my whole spiel. By the way, I don't drink. She stopped me. Oh my God, I don't have sex too. I'm a good girl. I was like, because as soon as I heard that she's a good girl, I knew that, man, she used to be a big hoe. I'm like, oh my God. And she's had an arc, you know what I mean? She's got a character arc. Good character. So then I'm like, oh, she might drink. What you drinking? You drinking shots? You want Patron? She's like, I'm drinking water. I need to stay hydrated and alert. I said, woo! I said, bartender, tap water for the lady. So I got my mystery powder, right? We're dancing. I'm starting to cramp up. I get my mystery powder. I'm stirring it up. She's like, oh my God, is that? I said, no, it's not what you think. She said, electrolytes? I was like, how did you know? And her voice got deep like Viola Davis. I used to be an athlete, Negro. She downed it. And right there, I wanted to marry her. I was on one knee. I said, listen, I know we just met. But I know, oh shit, a cramp, oh goddamn, So marriage night, first time I had sex in 8 years, right? My homies were clowning me. They're like, you've been out the game 8 years? You gonna last like a minute, bro. You gonna last like a minute. But surprisingly, I lasted much less than that. We were at the vows. The preacher was like, do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband? She was like, I do. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? I was like, I came. One of the Zoom guests was like, did he come in the vows? Gay. I'm like, what? But my wife and I, we good now. We having good sex now, right? But it's tough because I perform so much. I perform so much comedy. I'm at too many open mics. It's affecting my lovemaking. Last night, we were making sweet love. And when I climaxed, I said, that's my time. I said, damn. I'm performing too much, you know what I mean? I didn't even tell her I was about to come. I said, I'll leave you with this. I said, ah! So I'll leave you with this. Yeah, it was beautiful. Sometimes, like, so marriage has its challenges, right? Because I remember first week we got married, she posted a twerking video on social media. And as her new husband, I felt away. Especially when I read the comments. Bunch of dudes I don't know, like, damn! One dude named the sergeant put an eggplant and water spray emoji. I said, as a vegan, I've never felt so disrespected by a vegetable in my life. So I confronted her. I'm like, babe, you gotta take down that video. She's like, I'm a grown woman. I'll do what I want. I said, you can't post a twerking video on social media. She's like, why? I'm like, because I was the one twerking in the video. I thought I was alone. I was just... I thought I was alone. I said, take the video down. What if my parents see it? Because they on social media. I looked at the post. My parents liked it. Same people used to whoop my butt. Now they double tapping it. So I called my mom. I wanted to make sure my pops didn't see it, you know, because cop, intense guy, I didn't want him to see it. I'm like, hey, mom, so dad, he didn't see the video, right? She's like, yeah, he saw the video. He commented. You didn't see his name? The sergeant? I said, wait, that was him? I got him on the phone, right? Because I know he don't have emoji etiquette. I'm like, Pops, why did you put an eggplant and water spray emoji on the video? He's like, it looked like he was working hard. Just wanted to remind you to eat healthy and hydrate. I said, thank you for everyone who helped me with the show. Thank you for my wife helping produce this show. I'll say something real quick. Most comedians, when they do their 1 hour special, right, they tour around the country. They run the hour like 20, 30, 40 times, right, to get it tight. But the strike affected both my wife and I, so we've been struggling, right? So I didn't get a chance to run this set at all. This was the first time I ever ran this full set. So thank you for being a part of that. Thank you for being a part of Black History. Have a good night. Thank you so much.